Okay, lads. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to recap on coordinate geometry, first of all, what we've done so far. So this is the log tables on page 18. It's the picture you took on your phone that day. It should be in your gallery in your phone. So you need to get familiar with this, but obviously you don't need to know all these formulas for the exam because they'll be on the log tables for you. So for example, we know about the slope, don't we? There's your formula. The length or distance, don't worry about this PQ thing. They're only looking at a diagram up there saying, oh, you got a point P and you got a point Q. So to get the distance or the length, there's your formula. To get the midpoint, there it is. To get your equation, it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And again, just remember that if you're using that, lads, you obviously need two things. What are they? Yeah, that's right. So you need a point and you need a slope. So if it's a case where you don't have, let's say, for example, you don't have a point, you don't have 2 points, okay, to get the slope, then you can use y equals mx plus c, okay, because what they might say depends on what they give you in the question. So if, for example, just repeat that again in case I confuse anybody, if it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, you need a point and you need a slope. Grand. But if it's a case, let's say, for example, they give you an equation, let's say, and they give you the equation, say, oh, I want you to find the slope from it, and they don't give you any points, but then you're going to be using y equals mx plus c. But anyway, we'll be doing examples of that as we go along. The area of the triangle is not being covered in this course at this stage, and we certainly won't be doing the last one. So that's it. Now we're going to have a look at simultaneous equations. These are huge, lads, absolutely huge. Simultaneous equations will haunt you up to your Leaving Cert Honours Maths, and including ordinary. You definitely need them at ordinary. Simultaneous equations is basically where it's a particular type of method, right? And they give you two equations. These are two equations. Now, it's not how we do it in class, is it? Because if I asked you to get the equation of a line, your last answer would be like y equals something. So you can see here even x term, a y term, and a number. And underneath it, another x term, another y term, another number. But this could be the question they're asking you. Find the point of intersection of x, y. This is the moment in time where I want you to pause the video, and I just want you to take down what's in red. And also take down, find the point of intersection. Okay, hoping that you've done that. The next thing you have to do now is we are going to have to find a point of intersection. Means, lads, you want to find where the two lines are crossing over, okay, and has an x value and a y value. Now, the very first thing you're going to do in your step, you always do, is watch this. You cancel the x's or cancel the y's. Take that down. And you can always cancel, x's or y's. But if you're cancelling the x's, for example, or cancelling the y's, what number must you get every time if something cancels? Term to cancel, you need to get 0, don't you? Grand. So if I choose, well, I'm going to cancel the x's. In order to cancel my x's, I've got a 1x on top. I've got a 2x in the bottom. I wonder what I could put on top so that the plus 2x in the bottom will cancel. So you must ask yourself, what can you put, what kind of value, what number can you put in the x up in front here that will make the 2x cancel with it? Okay, so the answer to that one would be minus 2x. If I had a minus 2x up here with the plus 2x underneath, they will cancel. So what I'm going to do here is, the first step is multiply the whole line by minus 2, the top line. Now I say the top line, the top equation, x plus 3y equals 13 is going to be multiplied by minus 2. Okay, so if you can just show how this changes. See the x plus 3y, top x becomes minus 2x. 3y by minus 2, it becomes minus 6y. And 13 multiplied by minus 2 is minus 26. You can't just decide, oh, here, look, I'm just going to put in minus 2x here, happy days. If you do it to one term in the equation, one term is like one chunk of the equation, you've got to do it to all of it. You can't just throw it in for the laugh. You must do it with all of it. So there, that's your top equation. And as you can see, the 2x plus 5y equals 24, or sorry, 21. That's just taken down again directly underneath it in red. So now I can cancel my x's. Minus 2x plus 2x cancels. So I suppose the key terms here is, the first thing we do is do cancelling. We've that done now. Now we're going to do some adding. What's left? The minus 6y plus 5y becomes minus 1y. And the minus 26 plus 21 becomes minus 5. You're asked to find the point of intersection of the two lines. As you can see, it's x comma y. It's not like x comma minus y. At the moment, you're nearly there. You nearly have the y. You can't just say minus y equals minus 5. So if I change minus y to y, I must change the signs all the way across. Or as the student says in our class, multiply the whole lot by minus 1. So y becomes 5. Now you might be asking yourself at this stage, why do I have to cancel one of the x's or the y's? Like, why can't I just find x and y simultaneously, as the title says? Well, it's because you got two unknowns. If you got two unknowns, you're stuck. You can only ever sort out one unknown at a time. You can't do two. So that's why we cancel the x's. But now that I know y is 5, we're now able to find x. The next step, always take down the top equation. Always. Now, would you believe it, lads? It actually works. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this into focus. It won't work for me now. You can see it there now, but if I leave the screen go, it's going to go. Always take down the top equation. Okay, so the top equation here being, I just go back up again so you can see it. Oh God, this is not good now. The top equation being x plus 3y equals 13. So you can take down the 2x plus 5y equals 21 if you like, but I always say just go with the top one because it'll work anyway, whichever one you use. So what we're going to do is then I'm just going to bring this up now. The video for this one's not going to be good because I'm trying to hold the screen so it stays within my camera. So then we know y is 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 5 in for y. Just go on instinct, right? Y equals 5. I now know y is 5. Should put 5 in for y then. That'll help you find x. X plus 3 bracket 5 equals 13. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. Then get x on its own. Like, you might be thinking, sure, how do I know to bring over to plus 15? Well, because you're solving for x, aren't you? If you're solving for x, if you want to find x, you need to get x on its own. You need to sort it out. Now, I know I skipped a step there. I should have said x equals 13 minus 2. Or, pardon me, lads. I should have said x equals 13 minus 15, isn't it? Because now bring over the plus 15, it becomes a minus 15. X is minus 2. I now have my value for x. I now have my value for y. My answer, my simultaneous equations are done. My answer is, for the point of intersection, the point where these two lines cross is minus 2, 5. And there it is. Now, all I think you need to do now is get practice at doing some simultaneous equations. So let's call this type 1. There's the first one done. Okay, lads, I'm going to do type 2. Like a type 2 simultaneous equation. A type 2 would be one where it would look something like this. So let's say I have, I'm going to go 3x, and please do take it down as we go along, because you can't do maths, lads, without, you have to be doing it. You can't just observe. 3x minus 2y equals 17, and 4x plus 3y equals 0. Okay, again, the question could be, find the point of intersection of the two lines. Find the point of intersection of the two lines. Okay. Now, again, the only difference in this one, this is what we would call our type 2. At this stage now, lads, you should have practiced a few of these yourself from the book with me, okay? So you should be getting used to these at this stage. Again, you'll say, what am I going to do? I need to cancel my x's or my y's. You always have a choice to make. There's always a choice. Okay, so this is why this is type 2. This is type 2 because you look and think, oh, hold on a second. Gee, there's nothing straight off that's going to cancel. But I do know that 3 and 4, that they do share, they have something that they both multiply to give. 3 and 4 both multiply to give you 12, don't they? That would be the lowest number that they would multiply to give you. And minus 2y and 3y, lads, what's the lowest number they'd multiply to give you? 6, isn't it? So now you have a choice. Well, I always love sticking with the all x's. Although, do you know what here? Because we've got a minus 2y and a plus. See the minus and plus? That intrigues me now. I'm thinking, geez, it'd be fairly easy to cancel the two of them because it's got minus and plus going on. I don't have to be multiplying by another negative number. So I'm just going to decide here to cancel the y's. So I'm going to say cancel the y's. You could cancel either. I'm just deciding to do that. If I want to cancel my y's, the lowest number, that minus 2y and 3y multiplied to give you is 6, isn't it? 6y. So I will need, so plan, wait now. I need a 6y, a minus 6y on top, and so that's on top. That's a very, very bad pen. Hold on a second. And I need on the bottom a plus 6y. What do I have to do, lads, to the top equation to get minus 6y on top? What do I have to multiply the line by? 3, isn't it? So 3y. So I'm going to go and say my plan is I'm going to multiply the whole lot of that by 3. What do I have to do to the bottom line to get 6y on the bottom? I multiply the whole line by 2. Okay, let's do that. So that becomes 9x minus 6y equals, God, is that 51? 17 times 3. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, 51, that's grand. And then multiply the bottom line by 2. So it's going to be 8x plus 6y equals 0. Happy days. I'm on the home run. Now my y's are cancelling. Off I go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel. The cancelling starts. So I'm going to cancel these and then the adding begins. So adding, cancelling, adding. So I've got 17x equals 51. Oh geez, this is beautiful. Look, it's even going to work out. X equals 51 divided by 17. X equals 3. I now know x is 3, lads. How do I get y? And what do I bring down? The top equation, that's correct. So 3x minus 2y equals 17. So I'm going to write down, 3x minus 2y equals 17. I know x equals 3. Go on your gut instinct. If x equals 3, put 3 in for x. Oh God, it's an awful pen. Hold on. This is still bad, but I'll have to do. I don't know like what y is, so I'll leave that alone. Simple algebra. Bring over the plus 9 becomes a minus 9. Minus 9 will become minus 8. Then it's going to be minus y equals minus 8 divided by 2. Minus y equals minus 4. Change the signs all the way across because you're going for y equals 4. Your final answer is x comma y 3 comma 4. That's your point of intersection. That's your answer.